guys, thank you so much for tuning into my week 3 presentation. Today we'll be taking a deep dive into Feeding America. First, we'll take a look at their Articles of Incorporation, their Determination Letter, and their 990 form, as well as what board members should know about each item. First, let's look at Feeding America's Articles of Incorporation. This can be found on the Secretary of State website. The far left picture gives the information provided by the California website. And on this picture we can actually see that Feeding America is based out of Illinois. So I went to Illinois' Secretary of State website, which provides additional information, such as their file number. This is obtained by doing a business entity search using their employee identification number, or Feeding America's employee identification number. And this is otherwise known as their federal tax ID. For Feeding America, the number is 36-3673599. And if you did want to contribute, I did leave this ID on the screen, and this is what you would use to get your tax deductible donation. For the Articles of Incorporation, board members should know the charitable purpose clause, the dissolution clause, as well as the limitations clause for the 501c3 nonprofit. The charitable purpose clause defines the nonprofit's exempt purpose as well as its listing of activities. The dissolution clause states where assets of the organization should go if it were to ever dissolve. And the limitations clause states activities members need to avoid, and that's something that we're going to get into later on in this presentation. Next, we're going to be looking at the determination letter, and this recognizes Feeding America as a tax-exempt 501c3 organization by the IRS. This can be verified through the IRS Tax Exempt Organization search. And board members should know their tax exemption status, as this means contributions are tax deductible. This also means that the organization must operate exclusively for the charitable purposes defined in the Articles of Incorporation. And since it is a public charity, public support requirements apply. The 990 form must be publicly posted by the organization every year. It provides the government details on Feeding America's mission statement, revenue, expenses, executive compensation, and governance, to ensure it still qualifies for the tax exemption. Board members should know that this 990 report is absolutely vital for maintaining their tax exemption. Proper record keeping is a non-negotiable, as failure to report or reporting inaccurate data can result in losing their tax exemption status. And this form also keeps its members honest, as the form reveals any private inurements that could be occurring within the organization. Next, we'll be moving into different risks that a nonprofit 501c3 organization must avoid, or they may face possible revocation of their tax exemption status. The first of which we're going to be looking at is going to be the unrelated business tax income. This is income that is earned from activities that are 1. Regularly carried on, 2. Are unrelated to the exempt purpose, and 3. Are generating business income, and all 3 items must be present in order for it to qualify as unrelated business tax income. A possible example for Feeding America could be if this organization is posting unrelated advertisements on their website, earning a passive income measured by the amount of space given on the website to these outside companies. If the ad for the company is not related to Feeding America's mission statement, then the income earned from the advertisements on the website will be considered an unrelated business tax income. Next, we're going to be taking a look at gaming, or otherwise known as gambling. This is defined as a game of chance where participants can wager monetary currencies in exchange for prizes. Since gaming itself does not advance the organization's mission statement or vision, it cannot be a significant source of income. Some examples of gaming are raffles, bingos, sweepstakes, casino nights, or other quote-unquote fundraising activities. An example of this could be that Feeding America is hosting a raffle where participants could receive a vacation package, sports tickets, or other electronics if they purchase the winning raffle ticket. Again, this is completely unrelated to Feeding America's mission to end hunger. Thus, gaming would risk their tax exemption status. Next, 501c3 nonprofits can only lobby to a certain extent regarding hunger-related public policy advocacy. Feeding America may advocate for SNAP funding, child nutrition programs, and federal hunger legislation. However, Feeding America cannot risk excessive and unreasonable spending on these lobbying activities. Board members must ensure that the organization remains within its limits, and it must accurately report all lobbying expenditures on the 990 form to make sure that the amount that they are spending on lobbying is not excessive. Apart from policy advocacy, nonprofits cannot participate in political campaigns. Conflicts can arise if an organization or its board members endorse candidates of a political party, as the organization must remain completely impartial. Everyone inside of the organization has to separate their political views as soon as they become a representative of that organization. Lastly, a 501c3 organization must provide proper documentation for donors' tax deductions. If Feeding America receives cash donations, donated food, or corporate gifts, then they must provide the donor with appropriate acknowledgement letters detailing everything that was included in the donation. Improper documentation risks IRS compliance issues, invalid donor tax deductions, and it also diminishes the trust that the public places inside of this organization. So board members must know all of the policies and procedures to ensure that they are reporting all of the donor tax deductions, as well as giving an accurate file to the donor. Thank you guys so much for listening to my presentation. I look forward to learning more about y'all's 501c3 nonprofits. Hope y'all have a good night.